What up with the wheelhouse? Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the wheelhouse. All right. So it's been a few days since I made a video. Did want to talk about a few things. Want to talk about a couple leading stocks in the stock market that are just going up and up and up and up every single day while everything else is going down. I want to talk to you about the indexes, what to look for. Moment of truth. Are we going to get a follow through and continue printing blue candles and be above the 200 for a bullish momentum and pivot to the upside? Or are we going to break that 200, a minor trend reversal on those indexes and go short? I'm going to talk to you about going short, where you should look, how you should play it, and then if you want to be long, where you should be, and then some suggestions of how to navigate this market and things that I'm doing. If it's your first time on the channel, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. Select all so that you get the content. And I just want to let you know that I have a link for Webull in the description. Right now they're giving away $9,600, up to $9,600. And I just got a new message from them for 15 shares of Apple that one of you guys might get. So that would be cool. I also have a Coinbase link in there. I think you get like 10 bucks in Bitcoin. And also the link to the Discord is in the description. And I just wanted to let you guys know, if you didn't know, right now I have a deal going on. It's basically half off. So instead of you can do the 99 bucks a month. Okay, and you get the courses, you get all my trade alerts, you get all the areas of the Discord, you get the Wheelhouse Wednesday, you get the one-on-one coaching, 10 hours of that, just you and me, and you can do that, 99 a month. Or you can save half of that and just do it in one payment for like 600 or 650 with taxes, and then you have everything for the whole year, and it's great. It's a community. You're going to learn a lot in those courses. I'm always there helping in the Discord. We talk all the time in the Jedi Discord chat area, which you can't see when you first come in. You can come in the Discord for free and hang out. You'll be able to be in the general chat, this crypto chat, and stock chat. But most people are talking in the Jedi area because most people are upgraded, and we all just talk in there. Plus, those trade alerts are just well worth it. I'm knocking out cool trade alerts. So yeah, just briefly wanted to go through that. Listen, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about the volumeless, convictionless rally, what we need to know. We are on the line. I'm going to go through some technical analysis on that. And yeah, let's just get started. So, okay, as everything is coming down in the market, and when you have, just a small amount of downward pressure on the indexes, like 1%, 2%, which is a lot, it's going to affect your portfolio significantly. Everything in the stock market right now is news driven. Okay, it's politically driven, it's geopolitically driven, it's catalyst driven via news. It's not fundamentally driven. If it was fundamentally driven, you would know it. Big earnings, certain stocks that are down right now would be up more because it'd be fundamentally driven. That's just not the market we're in. You have to play it tight to the chest. You have to be careful. You have to be willing to act and react accordingly, hour to hour, minute to minute, day by day, whatever it is. Choices that you make can get altered, and you need to make a new decision. It just is what it is. What I am doing, and what I've been doing and stating in multiple videos, is when I saw that pivot, I started selling my positions that were in the profit. I started taking my profits. Yes, I think those stocks will go higher eventually. I think there's more money to make on them. Absolutely, I do. But I can't control the market. If the overall market's going to come down, all the stocks are going to come down. If the overall market's going to go up, all the stocks are going to go up. So not knowing what's going to happen, other than there's a pivot and there's a lot of news and a lot of catalysts and a lot of fear, I'm taking my profits, right? And I'm moving my cash to the side, and I'm coming out of margin. I'm doing that because of experience. I know that if you're in margin and it's coming down, 20% loss can be a 40% loss. It just on and on and on. It's just numbers. It's not good. So you want to move your cash to the side, and the ones that are red, anything that's under say 10%, you're better off if it's going to keep coming down. Just cut your loss. Take 90 cents on the dollar, and if it's way down, then what you need to do is when you have that cash on the side, what you probably should do is when it does find its bullish momentum and pivots up with strength and maybe a follow-through day, you double, triple, even 4x down into 1 or 2 positions, whatever you can afford, and springboard up to even or even a tiny loss, but get all your money out. That's the kind of play you have to do. You have to be defensive right now. And nobody likes taking a loss, but you know, a 2% loss can turn into 8% loss. An 8% loss can turn into 15% loss. A 15% loss can turn into a 45% loss if you're not careful and you're not making swift, reactive decisions day by day and play by play, baby. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready to move and have that head on a swivel. No matter what. So look, everything's coming down, especially tech. We're going to take a look at the indexes. I just want to go over this one more time. You know, everything is coming down, but this one is going up like $2 a day. Okay, I'm up on this one 96.34%. 96.34%. I've been talking about this for months on this channel. BTU. Okay, this is coal. Coal is used for energy. Even if the war ends in Russia and Ukraine, people are not going back to Russia for coal, okay? So there's a supply. So this is anything that is in short supply and in high demand is raging. Mosaic is another one. That's fertilizer. Oil drilling, contract oil drilling, anything energy, coal, pesticides, you know, this kind of stuff. Even healthcare is coming back. Steel, commodities, basically. That's what's going up. Everything else is coming down, okay? So this is a really good one. I'm up 96.34% on this one. BTU Peabody, and it's just raging. It's like $2 a day. You get 1,000 shares. You're making $2 grand a day, every day. It's pretty insane. The other one that I just want to go over, and I've talked about it for months, is this Antero Resources. Now, remember, I found this one last year. It has this 3.5-year cup and handle, okay, all the way across. Just from the blue ribbon up to the handle was 11 or 11 and a half months, okay? This thing is on a tear. And I got everybody in the group to get it last year, and I've been plugging it more and more this year. This one, okay, I got some free shares in Webull last year that is up about 230%, and then my actual larger position that I have is up 55.91%. So these two I'm holding. I'm also holding UAN, which is up 42.5%. I'm holding NRGU, which is, I made about 100% on it, but my current trade is up 29.84. Mosaic, I'm up 22.71. CCJ, I'm up 19.68. And all the other ones are under 15%. So yeah, you know, what I'm trying to say is there are things you can be long on, but you have to identify the leaders, and I'm identifying for you. The best ones out there are BTU. If you want other coal, there's AMR, there's METC, there's a couple other ones. But basically BTU, AR, that NRGU, MOS, CCJ, those are good. Everything else is crap, okay? So that is where I want to talk to you guys about possibly being prepared to go short, okay? But we want a specific condition to open up. And let's go take a look at the indexes. Okay, so the Dow. Okay, here's the Dow. Let me fix my chart here. Okay, so the Dow, this was the new primary trend coming down, okay, as a downtrend. And we were able to, you know, pivot here, create this minor trend reversal and a higher low, a second higher low. We went on a rally. Some are calling this a bear rally, which it might be. And then it's fallen. It bounced off the 200, went up, but it made a lower high, okay? Then it broke the 200 and bounced off the minor trend reversal and made another lower high. Then it retested a double bottom off the minor trend reversal and came up, but didn't make a double top. It made a lower high. So this, well, yes. Okay. So essentially this thing has made like this channel. Okay. It's made this channel. And I'm really, really big on the indexes. If you're not looking at the indexes, you're not gonna do well in the stock market. Period. You have to know what's going on with the overall market to even be able to stock pick or figure out what sector is going on. Remember, if it's all green, it's gonna lift everything. Okay. If it's all red, it's gonna sink everything. The way it works with the algos and high frequency trading is, if you buy 1,000 shares of something, the algos are going to pick that up and they're going to move the candles on everything. Somebody else buys, it's going to continue to move. Somebody else buys, it's going to continue to move. Somebody sells, it's going to move it down, down, down. That's how it does. It amplifies everybody, every human, every institution, fund, you, me, retail, whatever. Whatever we do, it amplifies that direction. Okay. On the Dow, it's making this channel or this bull flag. Now, something positive I just want to note is that it's not doing this where it just fell. Boom. Boom. Okay. This is a fight. Okay. These moves right here, even though it feels really harsh, and believe me, 1% on the Dow or 1% on the NASDAQ can be pretty harsh in a portfolio. But what I'm saying is this is a fight, you know. The fact that it's a tight little coil and it's going up and down, up and down. It might. Hopefully, it doesn't come and do a triple bottom. Triple bottoms usually aren't good. Double bottoms are better. It did end blue on the hike in a Shi, which is positive. But if we don't get like another follow through day immediately and at least break this one on our way to this one and this one and this one, well, you know, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, right now, you want to be trying to get your money over to cash. And if you are going to put money in to go long, you want to be in that one sector that is continuously going up. Stop fighting the trend. Stop losing money. You've got to get defensive. You've got to move your money over to cash or over to specific winners that are leaders. I mean, a leader is not just a leader that leads, you know, out of a downtrend and is the first to go. That is true. That's a leader. But a true leader like this Antero Resources and this Peabody BTU I'm showing you, these things, no matter what is going on with the rest of the market, they're just soaring up every day. $2 a day. You have 1,000 shares, okay? You're making like $2,000 a day every single day on this thing, on both of them. Okay, and they're going to double from here. That's what I'm seeing technically. So, you know, this Dow, I mean, it's basically back at the 200. It fell below it right there. It fell below it right there, and now it's resting at the 200. So, I don't really want to do much myself unless I know the direction. Are we going to be above the 200 or below the 200? If we're above, we're bullish. Okay. And we're right on the line, and you know, you can basically get in and you can set stops. And quite honestly, you know, when it's this tentative in the market, there's a couple things I like to do. And being in cash is not necessarily one of them. I just like to not be in a bunch of losing positions that are sinking really fast. I'd rather have my cash on the side, and when things are going down, get out of margin. Because remember, if you lose, you know, 20%, you're losing 40%. You know what I mean? You're losing double. So you want to be real careful with that margin. So it's best to stockpile cash on the side. And here's another piece of advice. If you're stressing out, you probably don't have enough money in the bank. You should always have, you know, at least a couple months of your mortgage and all your bills and whatever that is, if not longer, of course. But I mean, at least a couple months. And then you should always have cash on the side in your brokerages, okay? All my brokerages have cash on the side, and I have cash in the bank so that I don't have to do panic selling or over worrying and things like that, because, you know, things can turn really fast. So basically, we're kind of at a moment of truth. We're at this 200. We get a follow through day. We get momentum up. We break this little minor, super little, but we start going in the right direction. Great. We're going to feel it in the stock market. If it goes below it, believe me, there's going to be a lot more selling because we go right back into a bear market, and it's time to just go short. You can make money going short. You can directionally trade. I made a lot of money here. A lot. I made a lot of money here. Enough that I didn't have to trade for the rest of the year. Probably 2 years. Just by going here, seeing the rejection, and just going down with it. Okay? And then when these big wicks started, I started selling in the profit and covering. And then I started nibbling and going up. And then I got out of those at small profits, whatever. And then I came back down with it. And I just directionally trade. And it's really hard to directionally trade when they're really tight coils like this. Okay? So it's best to just have your money on the side, be out of margin, take your profits, even if they're small, 1%, 2%, 5%. I'm not selling myself at 96% and 55% because I think that they're going to go a lot further. But I have sold a lot. I have sold a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about crypto, and crypto's got me a little stressed out because I am pretty exposed to it currently. You know, every single time that there's a rally in crypto, every time I watch the minute charts all day long, like 24/7, except when I sleep. Every time that there's a rally, a bullish momentum coming in, you know, $100, $200, $300 on Bitcoin, there's always some jerk to sell and push it down. And remember, because the algos in the high frequency trading, when you, me, your funds, whatever, sell and create those red candles, the algos pick it up and put more pressure going down. And, you know, the goal is to have more up than down, more up than down. But if you can't even get bullish to the 1 hour on Bitcoin, and now you're starting to get a red ribbon under the 200 on Bitcoin on the daily, well, we got problems, okay? We literally need to see volume this weekend, Easter weekend. By the way, happy Easter, everybody. We need to see volume come in, and we need to see a spike in the momentum, like ASAP, or this is going to break. Another thing, let's just go look at Bitcoin. Another thing about Bitcoin is that it's completely tied to basically the stock market. So when the stock market goes down, Bitcoin goes down. Okay, when the stock market closes, Bitcoin starts flourishing on its own. It starts going up. I've noticed that for over 2 weeks now, every single day. It is a thing. Okay, I'm very good at pattern recognition. I'm very good at seeing what's going on and noticing patterns and things that happen continuously and how many times and what frequency. I'm just good at that. So let's put the ribbons on. I want to show you because I think it actually went red. I was looking on my phone. Oh yeah, it did. See that little purple right there? That's a purple ribbon. See? Broke out of the 200, broke past, got rejected here, touched, broke down, and boom, now it's resting on this line. It's going sideways. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days for me have been quite grueling because, I mean, it's like, dude, we need to find a direction, and we're so close to a fail. Remember, this line right here, guys, this line is critical, okay? This 39,673, that's the neckline, guys. It's the neckline of this. I guess you can call it a Head and Shoulders, but it's very, very sloppy. Very sloppy. I don't know exactly what this pattern is, but it's basically come all the way down and it's kind of going sideways. It's kind of range bound. So, I mean, I wish so much that we could just get the whole world on a specific date to just agree to not sell Bitcoin for like a week. You can buy it, you can hold it, but you can't sell it. Can you imagine how bullish the crypto industry would go if there wasn't some jerk out there that just had to sell, either panic selling or knows technicals or is a whale or a manipulator or somebody trying to hurt the industry. If you just didn't sell, then this thing would just skyrocket. It would just skyrocket. And momentum breeds momentum, right? So look, the primary trend is this one. All right. So we are still heading in an upward direction. We're just on the low side of it. Okay. So, it goes way up, came down, up, touch, kind of sideways, breakout, back under the 200. Now we got a purple ribbon. Not good. And, but we're still above the long-term trend line. Okay. I'm just getting tons of indecision everywhere in the indicators. Volume is coming down. Let's look at the 1 hour. Weak, really weak. Again, this is that line, the neckline. Look, it's just hovering on this line. Like every single time, like this thing came up and it got pushed down. This came up and it got pushed down. It's like every single time that it goes up, it gets pushed down. This came up, pushed down. They fought, pushed down. Fought, pushed down. I study these things, I watch these things, and I watch a lot of charts. It's not just Bitcoin. I watch all crypto charts. I watch all stock charts, every industry, every sector, every group. And I know the way these things work. And I'm telling you, this is like being pushed down for whatever reason. I don't know the reason and I don't know who, but it's being pushed down. Now, as I think about that, and this might be a tinfoil hat conspiracy type of comment, but the more I think about that, I think, why would they do that? And who would want to do that? Who would be motivated to do that? Well, it could be government. It could be like IMF. It could be government. It could be like a major agency. To protect the dollar. If you notice, the dollar is going up. It's screaming. It's going up. So the DXY is going up, and Bitcoin is just kind of hovering. Now it's holding 40, but I'll tell you right now, if this thing breaks this primary trend, I mean, we have to get out. And when I say we have to get out, a lot of people are going to get out, and this thing's going to fall. Now, how far will it fall? I think it could fall all the way down to this 28,926. Your next stop would be right here at 24,341. So I already got stopped on Bitcoin in the profit, and I've been wanting to re-enter, but I can't get in because we can't come off this line and get a direction. And I'd feel a lot better if this ribbon was blue. And we had a blue cloud, a blue ribbon, and above the 200, we got a long way to go. Everything that we fought for over in here, we've lost, and it's very disheartening. I mean, I am a believer in Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin on a wallet. I do have that I got at 11,000, and I don't touch that. I don't plug it in. I don't do anything. I have other stuff on there too. But my trading stuff, like I can't be buying at 40 and selling at 39. I can't trade like that. I can't trade at losses like on this stuff. I have to wait for it to do what it's going to do. And I don't really want to short it, even though right now it says to short it. I don't want to do that either. I'd rather just not be in it. And then it's hard because I have exposure to a lot of other cryptos, and all the other cryptos are going down every single day. It's been about 6 days, and they've all been going down because Bitcoin is going down. Everything follows Bitcoin, which gets me to another point. A lot of times I think to myself, you know what, Chris, like, I think you should just trade one asset, just trade Bitcoin, Solana kind of follows it, Ethereum follows it. They all kind of follow it. And since you have all that stuff off exchange, you have a little bit, then why not just focus on just one of them, And since the king is Bitcoin and everything else follows, why not just trade in and out Bitcoin? And Yeah, you might miss little pumps here on Aave. You might miss little pumps here on Luna. It goes back to that old thing about diversification. It's a huge myth, by the way. A lot of people, especially retail and a lot of new investors, they believe that diversification is like the key to success. I'm going to tell you, it's not. It's better like when you're really good at technicals and you're really like a kind of a pro. You don't need diversification. You don't need to have 10 cryptos that all follow one, and when this one goes down, all 10 go down. You'd rather have trade management, bigger size, and focus on the one and just exit the one. It's easier, or enter the one. It's easier. Just like I was showing you, all sectors are going down except this one sector. You might as well just size up into that sector and just go long there. And then if it breaks on the indexes, go short everywhere else. And basically that's what I'm doing. So I have some exposure, some cryptos that are down. Some of them are down. I don't even know how it happened. Like some were up at like 20% and now they're in the red. So it's just like, oh God. So I've been patient because I'm a believer, but I'm human. So I'm emotional just like you. Right. And so even though I'm a believer, you have to be smart. You have to be intelligent. You can believe that something will come, and it will come eventually. I believe that. However, you have to be smart as a trader and an investor. And if it's going down and you're going long, you're going the wrong way. And it's better to just, cut the BS, cut the loss, put your money on the side, even if you take a little loss, and do that. Now, I'm not suggesting anybody do that yet until you break. Once you break this line, like with a confirmed daily body candle close, like we did back in here before if we get back down in here and even down here, you shouldn't be in it. Another thing that you could do that would work is if you're not going to sell it, which is totally fine. I get it with Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin and Tesla and real estate are the things I think that if you were never going to sell. That's why I have some Bitcoin and Ethereum and some other ones outside of the exchange because, well, first I got that Bitcoin at like 11,000, I think, and my Ethereum was so low, it was like $800 or something. So I just think that if you're going to hold them, then make sure you know where your levels of resistance and supports are. And if you're going to average down on something like this, I don't like to buy the falling knife all the way down through here. I like for it to establish a floor, a pivot, and then get some momentum and a direction and then buy. Okay? And then again, buy. Okay? And again, buy. But when you start getting back here, even though this is higher than where you bought, even though it's still higher, you're still in the profit. You definitely want to take your profits, even if they're only a few $1,000, whatever. You still want to take your profits before it falls down, because you can always rebuy. If it falls down here, decides to pivot, well, you just got a lower price. I mean, you might as, or you got the same price as you did over here. So you could do it. You could do it two ways. I'm sorry if I'm scrambled. Okay, so I don't like to buy the dip. I don't like to do that. What I like to do is establish resistances and supports, and I like to wait for a pivot in a direction and then buy there and go up, and then I'll buy more, like buy the dip, but in an uptrend. Okay, I'll accumulate. But I also need to de-risk if it goes down. So that's option number one. Option number two for you hodlers is establish supports and resistances. And let's say you bought here, let's say, and you went up and you've lost some of your profit. Well, you want to buy back on the support. So this would be one, this would be another. I personally cannot mess with the primary trend. You break the primary trend, I mean, it's too significant for me as a technical trader if I'm breaking the primary trend. But if you wanted and you were like holding, then yeah, you could buy over here at 32,650, buy over here at the 29. You could buy at that other one we talked about, which is right here, which is about 24,200, 24,300, somewhere in there. you could do that, and you could just throw in, a few thousand each time you hit a support, something like that. It's always best, if you're going to do that kind of method and that strategy, to buy smaller up here when it's falling, and then increase your position on the way down. So let's just, for simple math, let's just say right here, I'm going to teach you something. If you were going to do it that way, which I don't do it that way, okay? But if you were going to hodl and you were going to average down and you were going to buy against the trend in a purple ribbon under the 200, you were to do all these things that I don't like to do, then you would basically, let's say you bought like 1 Bitcoin here. Okay, when you get here, you'd buy like 1.25 or 1.5. Okay, when you get here, maybe you buy 2 Bitcoin. When you get here, maybe you buy 3 more Bitcoin. So you're increasing your size to cut your losses and to get a better deal on your money. Okay, but I'm just going to tell you straight up, everybody that's watching, if this breaks this yellow line, we don't know where it's going to go. It's basically in a price discovery to the downside. So I don't like that. Now, I will say, I mean, this coming up like that is positive. This is getting some curl. This is low. I mean, look at my dotted line across the board. Stochastic's that low, but it's not. There's no conviction and there's no volume, guys. And we've gotten a purple ribbon. And, I look at a ton of charts, not just in crypto, but stocks, and a lot of them are doing this. A lot of them had this like rally and then this rejection. So I have to wonder if this ends up being this thing that I fear the most, being actually a lower high and a new primary trend direction, and this one gets taken out. As soon as it breaks this, we are definitely in a downtrend. Obviously, we know we're in a downtrend, but it becomes confirmed on a new primary direction if that happens. So, it's really important that we hold this 40. And for all those people that are selling, they're weak paper handing suckers, and they're hurting everybody, and it really sucks. So, dealing with the stock market and the crypto market in volatile times, it's always best to have your cash on the side, find momentum, get in heavy, and get out and just take your profits. Just day trade, just intraday day trade. For me, it's so much safer to day trade on a shorter time frame than to buy, this blue ribbon and hold. There's just so much craziness. Everything is news driven. Everything is catalyst driven. Everything is politically driven. It's ridiculous. Nothing is fundamentally driven right now. And if it was fundamentally driven, there would be some other stocks that are doing really good fundamentally wise that are just getting crushed right now. So it's not fundamentals, it's all news and catalysts. And, we're going to have to see where this thing goes. But if we don't hold this line right here, which is that neckline, it's a very important line, guys. This line right here, okay, I'll just tag it yellow so you can see it closer. This line that we're on is super important. We have to hold this line. We have to get momentum, and the only way that we're going to actually get the momentum, I'll show you where it's going to start. It's going to start way back here on the 1 minute. See, we're starting to get some. We're above the 200. We have a blue ribbon, and we're starting to get some momentum. Okay? That's where it's going to start. And it has to start, unfortunately, guys, it has to start right now. It needs Saturday and Sunday to get bullish. We need to see this thing get up by at least the 41,000 on Saturday and at least the 42,000 before the stock market opens on Monday. So a lot to unpack, a lot to think about. Move your money to the side in the profit. Don't get hung up on, hey, I love this stock. No, man, this thing could come down and you can get a better deal. Take your profit, use that profit to buy it at a lower price, especially if those indexes break. Okay, the NASDAQ, the Russell's already broken. The NASDAQ, the SPY, and the Dow are the ones you really need to watch. The NASDAQ's already hit, and that's where I would go short. I'd be shorting, tech stocks, high multiple, high PE, things like that are in a serious downtrend with purple ribbon, an overall downtrend on the daily. And then what I would do is I'd be shorting with the conditions that I teach you in the Discord in the system. I'd be shorting based on like hourly conditions, okay? But I'd make sure that the overall trend was going down on the daily. Somebody wants this to go down, and they have more money than you or me. Sometimes I'm like, okay, should I throw like 200 racks on Bitcoin just like while it's momentous so that more people will buy? And should I throw 100 grand, 200 grand on it? I already have some, but should I do that? And then I'm like, well, what is my 100 grand or 200 grand really gonna do to the charts? Like, these guys have billions or hundreds of millions, you know. I don't have that kind of money, like, you know. So I don't think you know 100, 200, 300 grand is gonna really like do it. I mean, I think these guys that sell, what they do is they throw over like 50 million or 100 million, and then they launch like a million at a time, like every minute, a million. That's how they get the momentum, and then it's sell, and then you know the algos will pick it up. So it's complicated. And I'm really not sure why some people want to hold this sucker down so bad. The only thing I can think of that has true motivation would be government. That's the only motivation I could possibly see, because they want to protect the world reserve currency, which is already having some issues with other countries and the devaluing and debasing. So yeah, don't know what else to say. We're gonna have to watch this. We need volume Saturday and Sunday. We need to be at least 42 or real close to it. And the reason I say that is because if we get up for 2 days straight of going up on the minutes, and then what's gonna happen is the hourly. The hourly is gonna start doing this like it was yesterday. It's gonna start making a blue cloud. It's gonna print, and it's gonna keep going. It's gonna go above the 200. Well, on the hourly, when it goes above the 200 with the blue ribbon and the blue cloud, it makes a big bull run, okay? It's when it falls on the hourly below the 200 that you don't want to be in it, okay? And then, so you go from the minutes, 2 days of that, it'll get bullish on the hourly. Once it gets bullish on the hourly, it'll get bullish to the 4 hourly, okay? And then it will start to make its cloud on the daily, and all these things will get in line, and we will start to establish momentum in a direction. So I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I guess I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully the video helped. Thanks for watching to the end. My name is Chris, and welcome to the Wheelhouse.